We will have people join in as they join in. Okay. But we don't want to punish people who joined on time. So we will start, but please excuse that other people will keep joining in as we go ahead in the conversation. So make it okay for you. Yeah.
Okay, sir, Manoj. Fine.
Welcome. Okay. So Kalindi, welcome. Everybody put your video on. Minal and Kalindi, Craig, welcome.
Happy New Year, Manoj.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everybody.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Happy New Year to everybody.
Yeah. So we have to do something new this year, right?
Yeah, sure. Correct.
Otherwise, it's the old year repeated.
Yeah, and then it is a totally new kind of emerging situations.
Yes. Okay. So, Craig, welcome. Everybody put your videos on. We want to talk to you, but yet we can't talk to blank screens. Okay. This is not a lecture. We don't have a lecture to give. Okay. So, please put your videos on as soon as you can. Okay. This is one problem of working online, right? You don't see the faces. Yeah. Craig, I understand. Thank you. Thanks for informing. Okay, so let's begin, and we want to start with, of course, welcoming all of you to this first introductory workshop that 2021. And some of you know us since long. Some of you know us since long time. And of course, some of you don't know us and you have been referred to or invited by some other friends, yes, right? Like Shiva has been invited by Basava from Karnataka, Davangere, and Jemmy is invited by Francis in Philippines. So she in Philippines. Right. Okay, so before I give a chance to you to introduce yourself, let me just say who is here today. So my name is Manoj Onkar, and I and my colleague Vivek Chopra. Vivek, can you wave your hand? Okay, so both of us are going to facilitate this session today. Okay, and who we are is we are people who have been in the field of transformation, people transformation and organization transformation for more than 25 years individually. And I think we have had the privilege of training, coaching, supporting more than 100,000 people over a period of time, right? And we, for the last 5 years, have been working with this extraordinary technology called Theory U by MIT professor Dr. Otto Scharmer and a couple of other senior colleagues. And we see that it is creating new paradigms in every aspect of our life and business. So we want to share that with you today inside of a commitment of how you can create extraordinary relationship with your customers and stakeholders. Okay, so before we go ahead, why don't you take a minute and in your chat, just say your name, your industry, and your city, right? Can you write down in your chat? And if some of you have a difficulty in writing on chat, you can unmute and speak up. That is also great. So whichever way you want, but just introduce yourself, right? Name, industry, city. If you're outside of India, you can also write down country. Dhawal, Mumbai, okay, welcome. Craig from UK, welcome. Oh, right now you are living in Yokohama. Okay, great. So Craig, how did you come to know about this? Did you come through Dante or through some other sources? Jamie, you're in IT and business consultancy. Rohit, you're in Mumbai. You're also in consulting. Craig, you came to know through Eventbrite. Great. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, others. Periyasamy. Dharmesh, you are a businessman in Mumbai. Okay, great. Minal, Periswamy, Lance, right? Kalindi, we know you are in Pune, right? Okay, great. So others, take the opportunity to introduce yourselves, right? And let me ask you one more question. Why are you here? What do you expect to create or get out of this conversation today?
Hi, this is Shiva
Yeah, Shiva.
from Bangalore.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm just curious to know what it is and how it is going to help me, because I don't have much idea, like the background of the purpose and all that. But then I have a just assumption that it is going to be, as just now Manoj told, it's the transformation of who we are, particularly in respect of the organization or enterprises, where the welfare of the stakeholders is very important.
Okay.
So I really want to know how this seminar is going to help me and my organization, my stakeholders, the stakeholders of my organization.
Okay, very good. Shiva, thank you very much. Somebody else? You can either unmute and speak up, or you want to write on the chat. Whichever way you're comfortable, you can do it. Dharmesh, go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm here because there's a lot of baggage I'm carrying actually, and it's not a smooth journey. And there are a lot of what do you call it? A lot of baggage actually. We are not aligned actually altogether actually. So that's a lot of baggage, and I'm here to be free.
Right. And when you say you're not aligned, I am interpreting that you're talking about your stakeholders.
Stakeholders, yeah.
Not customers here, but the other stakeholders.
Correct.
Right.
Yes.
So are you referring to your employees or?
Yeah, employees.
Or somebody else?
Employees.
Employees. Okay, I understand. I understand. Thank you very much. Mayan, welcome. Okay. Yes, somebody else. Why are you here? What do you would like to accomplish out of being here?
Hi, this is Milan Saxena.
Yeah, Milan.
From Noida.
Yeah, Milan.
Yeah. So Abhishek Gupta has introduced me to this particular platform.
Yes.
And yeah, so the topic is really relevant because I am new to. I am into IT industry for last 20 years, and recently I started my own consultancy company in the area of software as well as management consulting. So the topic is very relevant because right now I am actually building my team. So this is the and it is related to transformation. So it's very interesting to me, and how it will help me in making my business and then developing all together.
And how long you have been in consulting, Milan?
It's 6 months now.
Okay, 6 months.
Yeah,
so
I am still into the process. Yeah, still into the process of creating customers. So I am looking for if this particular talk can help me into that.
Fantastic. And did you say what were you doing earlier?
I was working on different MNCs like Cadence Design System, ANSYS, C. like those companies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, later. I mean.
Okay. Yes, Milan, I got you. Welcome. And I think it's a good place to start your work, right? You're trusting your consulting, and I think this will make a big difference in kind of getting the right start in a way. Right? Okay. Ferdy, welcome. Francis, welcome. So Jamie, Francis has ultimately joined in. Okay. Okay. Yes. So, and we in the chat, I can
Hello,
see
Manav.
Periyaswamy from Bangalore. Right, so welcome, Mr. Periyaswamy. And who was saying something?
Sir, it was Francis. Hello, good evening, everyone.
Yeah,
Afternoon.
Francis.
Hi,
Happy
Freddie.
New
Good
Year.
evening. Happy New Year to you.
Thought he'll come in a while.
Can I, Manoj, I just want to know, is this organization has got background from Landmark Education?
No, and yes, both. So we are not connected with Landmark Education in any form right now. At the same time, most of the key faculty members and team members here have had past experience at a very senior level in Landmark.
Okay, all right.
Have you done the Landmark programs?
Yes, I am a Landmark Forum graduate.
Okay, great.
I
Yeah,
was
so,
associated with Bangalore Center for some time.
yes,
I was a introduction leader also.
right.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Ferdy D'Souza, who's currently based in UK, who just
Yeah,
joined
heard
in, he
about
was
him,
the
yeah.
one who created Landmark
Mhm.
Education operations in India some
Yes,
30 years back, right?
right.
And so all of us have had senior roles there, along with our other professional commitments. But this technology and this organization is not connected with Landmark.
All right, I understand.
Perfect. Thank
Yeah.
you very much. Okay, so just for people who joined in a little late, so the conversations that we are doing today are based on the principles of Theory U by Dr. Otto Scharmer and Peter Senge. And Peter Senge, as some of you might be aware, is the person who brought systems thinking concept to the corporate world. And he is famous for the book, The Fifth Discipline. Okay, and the background of MIT is all about systems thinking, which is to look at things in a interconnected fashion, not in silos. Mostly we end up looking at silos instead of looking at the system perspective, interconnect perspective. Okay, so this Theory U has been created by a lot of experience over the last 3 decades and is used in many ways in many parts of the game in terms of government, private businesses, and social impact conversations, everybody. So some of the companies would include Google and Alibaba on one side, and many pharma companies and IT companies at the highest order, as well as organizations like Ashoka Foundation, McKinsey, or Scotland government, and many small and medium organizations and large organizations all over. So around 200,000 people have been trained by Otto Scharmer and his team, and then many people have been trained through organizations like us. So we have been doing workshops for the last 5 years, and we do workshops and consulting online, face-to-face, in-house, in many formats. Okay, and today's conversation, as the topic suggests, is to look at the whole world of customer relationship and stakeholder relationships, and to bring in a new paradigm in this area, right? So that we can have a breakthrough in these relationships. So Vivek or Ferdy, if you want to say something before we go ahead, this might be a good opportunity to just say hi and say something if you want.
Oh, I just want to say hi. Good to see you guys.
Thank you.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. And let's get going.
Okay. Dhawal, you're not able to hear? Oh, okay.
No, he's fine now. Yeah, he's fine.
Okay. So so what we do is we'll interact and have conversations in the context of the customer relationship and stakeholder relationships. And then at some time in the conversation, we will introduce relevant principles of our work of leadership from the emerging future. And at appropriate time, we would also let you know about how you could learn more, how you could master more, right? And what are the future offerings we have and other aspects. So let's start with a simple question. Who are your key customers? Okay, and I'm not expecting the names, but I'm looking at, so you can say in whatever ways you identify your customers, right? So maybe there are some of them are individuals, some of them are business owners, particular kind of industry. So whatever way you would like to say. So either again, you can speak up or you can put on the chat. Who are your key customers?
So
Shiva here.
Yeah, Shiva and then Dharmesh.
Yeah, my customers are the people who are looking for some alternate source of income. And yeah, I am into investment consultancy and stock broking. And it spans around all kinds of people who have some little surplus, so that they can make most of it.
Okay, very good, fantastic. Thank you,
They're
Shiva.
mostly from middle class and higher middle class people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Thank you. Dharmesh?
yeah, so largely our customers are business families and film industries, Bollywood industries.
Okay. And what is your business?
Retail clothing.
Okay. Okay. Good you told me.
But
Otherwise, by mistake, I would have come to your shop.
No, you
So,
have
Dharmesh,
come.
I didn't get what is your business like. Sorry.
Retail clothing.
You
Retail
always have
clothing,
option, Manoj. You can always go to, always have an option.
I
in
know.
life.
Clothing store.
What is a chain of shops or what?
Oh, we have 2 stores now.
Okay, good. And they're under the same brand name options?
Yes.
Okay, okay, great. Yeah. Okay, somebody else? Who are your key customers? Right, Francis
Hey,
is saying,
Dharmesh, have we met before online?
yeah, Dharmesh is from SAS team.
No,
No, Dharmesh Patel is from he was in the Bombay workshop.
Bombay workshop and also
Oh, in the Bombay workshop. Okay, great. You look
Not
familiar.
online. We met him face to face in the Bombay workshop.
Right.
He probably did the forum with you also.
Yeah. Advanced course.
How many people do we have on the call, Manoj?
20 people.
Around 20 people.
Yeah, because I'm only seeing one screen. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm only seeing one screen. That's what I was saying. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. Right. And so, Francis, your customers are IT and business leaders. Okay. Somebody else? Who are your key customers?
Manoj, this is Milan. So
Yeah, Milan.
actually right now, I'm in process of creating customers, and I am looking for corporates to become my customer. So what consultancy I am going to offer, they will benefit the corporate companies. So I am yet to create customers.
But what will be the profile?
So corporate companies, I am looking for, I have module for some corporate trainings. So that is
You're going to be working with HR heads?
Yes, HR heads. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And for the software consultancy, I am open to other business houses also, so that if they give me some software development type of project, I will be happy to help them.
All right. Okay. Got that. Thank you. Okay. Somebody else? Who are your key customers? Mayan, Kalindi, anybody else? And Peryaswamy, thank you for joining from reference of Bangalore Chamber. Sai Krishna Rao or SK Rao must have shared there. So welcome. And it would be great if you can also respond to this question. Who are your key customers? Yeah, Mayan, go ahead.
Change makers, change leaders, specifically from the non-profit sector.
Okay. Okay, great. So these are who are owners, not owners, but the leaders in the non-profit sector, like they run their own organizations?
Yes,
Okay.
some are executive directors or network coordinators.
Right.
Some are local government connected also. So influencers.
Okay. Right. And Rohit, you work with an audit firm, and your customers, right, could be in the with 100 million funding. Okay. And what I understand is not industry dependent, right? It could be across industry. Okay, great. And then another simple question. Who are your key stakeholders except the customers? So who are the other key people in your business?
For me, it's my team members.
Okay.
I need to keep them involved, engaged, and performing.
Right. So your team members are also what, like CAs, or what kind of background they have?
No. So I lead the BD function for my firm. So
Okay.
they're all content writers and designers. So
Okay.
we work on the large proposals.
Okay.
So I need to keep them creative. I need to keep them engaged so that they churn out good results.
There are more stakeholders in that, Rohit. Look for more stakeholders.
Yeah. So Rohit, you got what Vivek said. Look at who are the other stakeholders on not just the immediate team, but also who are overall responsible or involved with your delivery, right?
Yeah. So the partners who I work with, like my internal
Yeah.
clients.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
And their teams. Sure.
Right. How many partners you would have?
About 500.
And you work with some of them more closely, right, than others, right?
Correct. About 100 plus.
Oh, wow. That's a big team. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Craig, you are a project manager. You work with project managers. Okay, got it. And Francis, you're mostly interacting with the CFOs. Okay, great. So
Yeah, Shiva here.
Yeah, Shiva.
My stakeholders are my partners and some employees, few employees, as well as the principal company I am representing. So these are my key stakeholders. And customers are there always.
Right. And then there will be some key people in the principal company that you're representing, right?
Yes.
Okay. And this principal company is in which industry?
Same industry, that's investment consultants.
Yes, investment.
Finance,
Okay.
financial services. Yeah.
Right. Okay, cool.
Hi.
Yes, Dhaval.
So for me, actually, part of education, I have closed many universities now, actually, where we'll be offering our own programs.
Right.
And, all those at my level, all those the vice chancellors and directors and the owners are the, people for me whom I need to maintain the relations. And plus, now we are growing, so more and more management group people are joining. So I see some conflicts happening between the minds, actually. I mean, obviously, it will always happen. The old one says, I am the old one, new one says, I want to bring something new. That is where, I need something to take out from this,
Right.
webinar.
So one is you have the head of the universities as your stakeholders, right?
Correct.
They're they're your customers, I think, right?
They are my customers.
And then when you talked about management team.
Yeah, so Datagam is growing now. So
right.
I have brought some more people to bring.
Okay, in your own company.
Own company.
Right. Okay, and then so they are your senior employees.
Yeah, they're my senior. Pretty senior, 20-25 years of experience.
Okay, right. So they are your important stakeholders.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And the teachers also must be there. Teachers.
Yeah, teachers are there. At least I do not coordinate with the teachers. Below, I have program managers. They typically delivers and works with teachers.
And the students.
Students also, it's through teachers, through my program manager, not directly me. Actually, I do not interact students directly. Actually.
Yes. So But what Vivek is asking is relevant, so keep it in the background, okay, as we go ahead in the conversation.
Sure.
Thanks,
Sure.
Dhaval. Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's ask the most important question. So if you look at all your customers, what is their most important objective?
They want to get the best service from us and
No,
satisfaction, derive satisfaction from the
no.
use of the services.
Who told you that, Shiva?
I assume that that's the basic
Okay.
device that he run the business.
Right. So good. So think little more. Okay.
Okay.
What is their most important objective?
Okay.
Everybody. So Dhaval, if you look at your university team, or Francis, if you look at your CFOs and your customers, the IT companies, everybody, if you look at your customers and your stakeholders, right? We're going to call all of them as customers, like in the,
Yeah.
for the sake of discussion, you consider internal customers, external customers, it's the same. So the word customer and stakeholder, we will use it interchangeably in this conversation today. Don't mind. So what is their most important objective? So Dharmesh, what is their
Yeah.
most
So
important objective of your team members?
to settle down, to have their own business.
Uh-huh. All of them?
Largely.
Okay.
80% of them. 80% of them.
How do you know?
So the people who live from us, actually, they start their own business, something.
I understand.
And then they are encouraged.
Okay. Right.
So any small venture they will start and they'll do well.
Okay.
And look at the other stakeholders also, all your partners, brothers.
To settle down is to have their own everything, business and houses. And settle down.
Okay, very good. And your customers?
My customers, they look for good variety, good offer, quality products, and great service.
Interesting. Okay, so this is going to take some time, okay, because this question is very simple,
Sure.
but it has layers. As you start dealing with this question, you will discover some magic. Okay.
Okay.
So I'll repeat the question for everybody. What is your customers or stakeholders' most important objective?
Yeah, just I want to expand what I wanted to say is like, the stakeholders are really looking for satisfaction in whatever they're doing in their life in association with the organization they're dealing with. They want to grow, expand their life. That's a deep inner this thing, goal may be there.
Okay.
Externally, of course, we offer some service and they want to get satisfaction from that is always there. But if we go deeper, I feel that they are looking for some growth and satisfaction or expansion of their life, like something like that. It's a basic human nature.
Okay. And then I can see on the chat, so Milan saying maximum ROI in terms of the time they are spending, and Mayan creating youth-led innovation and effective solutions to accomplish the SDG goals. Craig says continuation of business. Okay. Look again. So I'm asking this again, right? If you look at your customers, just look at all your key customers, right? Bring them in your mind's eye. And you look at your key stakeholders, again, bring them in your mind's eye and ask yourself, what is their most important objective?
whether they are in a relationship with my organization or anybody, I think they're looking for satisfaction.
Okay.
That is not necessarily in terms of the service, but it is the overall feeling of their life, experience of their life.
Okay.
When we are associated, they will definitely assume that we can provide that. It's a deep down feeling or an expectation.
Okay.
May I, Manoj, ask a question to Shiva?
No.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So now let me flip the question for everybody. Okay.
Yeah.
Now the question is to you. What is your most important objective?
Yeah. If you're asking me, I would say that, the main purpose of the business or the enterprise is to grow our income, and also, of course, through expanding our services to reach more and more people, and of course, through the service we provide. It's basically to grow ourselves, as well as by growing them also.
Okay. Good. Thank you. This for everybody. What is your most important objective?
Milan.
Dhaval and then Milan.
For me, I think satisfaction of my customer will be the most objective that I'm for achieving.
Okay.
For me, my customers want value out of whatever services I want to provide to them. And for myself, I want to establish my business. So this is my most important.
Establish your business, all right? Okay. Okay, somebody else?
So again, for me is to grow and to grow exponentially, also go to IPO.
Okay. So, okay, and Craig, maintain good relationship, keep having the customer come back, right? Coming back ongoingly. And Minal saying to expand my company's mission. Okay, and Periswamy is saying raise the quality of life. Okay, and Francis to serve their customers. Okay, good. So look more, right? Say something more about that. What is your most important objective? Think a little bit more and say something more.
I want to say something here.
Yeah, sure.
Leave aside this the transaction of business.
Right.
I offer some service, they take service, and then their satisfaction is all there. But deep down, as humans, we always want to help or contribute to others' life, which is always there, where it is any human being for that matter. Right now, we are in a business environment where we always look at the profits, the growth, and all that. But if we remove all these things from the business environment, we are there to help each other, support each other, and contribute to each other's life. That's what the basic core human, desire.
So that's also your desire. When you say human, you're now more referring to yourself, right? So you want to contribute more. Is that what you're saying?
Definitely, as a human, I want to contribute to everybody's life around me.
Very good. Perfect. All right. Perfect. Thank you. Keep looking. Somebody else? What is your most important objective?
Manoj, my most important objective beneath the establishing the business is to make money, because I left my regular paying job, and I really want to make money through my business.
Okay. Got that. And Minal is saying fulfillment, and Jamie is saying grow business further and create an impact in other people's lives. Okay. Francis, to grow and fulfill.
Yeah. So
Okay. Go ahead.
my goal is to, you know, build organizations which is running on their own, self-sustaining basically.
Okay.
That's my goal is.
Okay.
And this company is for everyone probably. Okay. I mean, everybody is a stakeholder in the company.
Okay. Say something more. That's interesting. Say something more.
Yeah. So whoever are the stakeholders are the, you know, co-owner of the company, and so we all are growing actually.
Okay. Everyone being a co-owner, right? Yeah, that is interesting. Okay. Good. Somebody else? What's your most important objective? Dhaval? And everybody, those who videos are off, if it is possible, you should put your videos on. It's much more interactive and we can have some meaningful conversation. Otherwise, we don't know whether you're still there or you just put your connection and gone for a cup of coffee.
You know, the connectivity is very poor today. So
okay, I understand. No problem.
Thank you.
No problem. But you keep at least communicating so that we know you're there, right? Okay. Yes, Minal, welcome. Now we have people there, right? So we are talking to people, otherwise we are talking to blank screens, right? So my most important objective today is to have interaction with human beings instead of blank screens. Just kidding. Okay, so Minal, you said growth and fulfillment for all, and Lance said achieve my organization's mission and vision. Lance, you could also share what is your organization's mission and vision. Okay, and let's hear from somebody else. What's your most important objective? Minal, you want to respond? You wrote, but you want to say something more? Okay, so no problem, whatever. Okay, so Dhaval, anything for you? What's your most important objective?
I think as rightly said, relationship with the institutes basically, and successful transformation of those institutes, so that they can derive with the whatever they are looking for. Always growing my company to a next level is my objective. And money, profit, all asides for me basically. Just wanted to grow where everybody is satisfied. Business makes the money for everyone actually.
Right. Okay, very good. I'm just making some notes also because you're sharing interesting stuff. So you want to have a relationship with the institutes. I think you mean the universities, right? And you want that whatever transformation those universities are looking for in working with you and SaaS, they're actually able to accomplish that. And your company is growing. And as a side effect or as a natural effect of it, you expect the business and money to grow, right? Okay, perfect. Welcome.
Not at the cost of any.
Nandish, welcome. Good to see you after a long, long time. Manish Sethi, welcome. Nandish, you got Manish Chauhan's name on the screen. You can change it.
I'll change that. I'll change.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah. You look same and you look very different. Okay, yes. Swati, welcome. Okay, so anybody else you want to respond to? What's your most important objective? Nandish, Manish, Swati, anybody?
Can I add something?
Yeah, Shiva, sure.
So far, whatever I have been doing or being in this world, I feel that that is coming from basic thinking that I am here and everything has to start from me. In the sense, whatever the interactions, whatever offers I give is all coming from my perspective of, understanding of what others want and how others want and
Right.
how I can give it. So the
Right.
basic is everywhere I feel that it is me who is going to do everything. It is me who is going to decide about what I will give to others and what others want from me is all coming from me.
Okay.
So I don't have any space to understand what really others feel or think, want, desire in their life or from me or from anybody, which is very, very important, I think, which I want to look into. Maybe in the business process also. Yeah.
No, I think that's brilliant. That's brilliant. And I think that's true for all of us. Right? We are thinking from our perspective, right?
Sure.
And we are trying to offer something from our perspective, right? And that is kind of a blind spot in a way, right?
Oh, yeah.
I think you said it brilliantly, Shiva.
Thank you.
Good. Somebody else? What is your most important objective? And then we're going to move on, okay? So this is the last time I'm asking this question. Otherwise, some of you may think, oh, I'm going to ask the same question for next 2 hours.
I know there is a lot of things to happen here.
Okay, and then people on the chat is saying pursuing purpose of life. Prakash is saying to be happy, maintaining profits of the business, and happy financials, happy team, happy clients. Francis wants everything, right? Happy financial, happy clients, happy team, very good. And Mayan wants to create eco youth leaders, growing people. Okay, very good. Okay, so how many of you can notice, like what Shiva was pointing out? I think I'll just build on what Shiva said, that we really don't know what people want. We have some idea, right? And we have some from various sources and from various whatever ways we would have interpreted, we would have some idea, but we really don't know what is their most important objective. And sometimes we don't even know what's our most important objective. Like as I'm asking you this question a couple of times, some of you are opening layers and layers, right? Something else, and you open one layer and then you see, oh yeah, no, but there's another layer also. And then there is another layer also. So the first layer is valid, but there is another layer below it, right? So it's a multi-layered conversation. So how many of you can see that we don't really know what people's objective are? What are our customers' objective? What are our stakeholders' objective? We may have some sense, but we really don't know. How many of you get that? You can raise your hand or write in the chat. Okay. So if you were to look at our relationships, if you were to rate our relationships with our customers and stakeholders on a scale of 0 to 10, okay? So 0 being a transactional relationship, right? And 10 being a partnership, a co-creation, where we are co-creating the future. And like we are fully into their world, we have a sense of their challenges and their ambitions and their dreams, everything, their realities and their perception. So if you were to look at on a scale of 0 to 10, right? As I said again, 0 being transactional relationship, 10 being this profound partnerships and co-creation. Where would you rate your relationships on an average? Now, of course, some relationships will be better and some relationships would be less, but on an average, where would you rate on a scale of 0 to 10?
4.
Okay. Everybody, if you can either yeah, text or write down. Okay, I can see some people writing in the chat, 5, 6, 4, 5, 7. Okay, Francis, you can't take that bigger range as an average. That bigger range is valid for some customers, but as an average, you would say what? Okay, somebody saying 3, 3, 7. Okay, 6. All right. Okay. Yeah, Minal is saying actually don't know. Right. So I've been asking a couple of people this question, and then I flipped the question and asked, if we ask the customers, what would they say? How many of them see you as transactional relationship, and how many of them see you as their partners? Right. So flip the question and see if you can respond to that. Right. So if we asked, or you asked your customers, right, and maybe you got somebody else to ask them, how many of them would say see you as a transactional relationship, and how many of them would say you as partners and co-creators? And from that perspective, if you put us on a scale to put an average, what would you say? From a customer perspective, on a scale of 0 to 10, what will be the number? Everybody, you can write down.
2 from
Or
me.
speaker. Probably less. Yeah, 3. Okay. No idea. Yeah. No idea. Maybe 3. Mostly transactional. 75%. Okay. 9. Some other same client. Some the same client. Some other stakeholders less maybe. Right. Yeah. I got you correct. Japan is more relationship, but also demanding. Okay. Right. Transformational 75%. Okay, good. So, so the question would be, before the question, I'm going to make a statement that all of us understand, I think, that it would be great to have relationships at a level of 10, right? Where we think and we are operating from profound partnership and co-creation with customers, and customers also perceive us as profound partners and co-creators, and the same thing with the stakeholders, right? So all of you agree with that? That would
100%.
be a desirable goal.
Great place to be.
Okay, Manish? You're saying something, Manish? Okay. Yeah. So what would be our barrier? What are our stops? What are our barriers in discovering this world of customers? Discovering their most important objectives, discovering their dreams, ambitions, and their perceptions of the world, right? And their expectations. What are our barriers in that?
Manoj, I think it's listening. Whenever they want to say something, we listen. Well, I listen from my own background. So I just want to do something. What intention I have, I don't generally listen what actually he want to say, or using verbal or non-verbal clues.
Okay, very good. I think you are beginning on the right direction. So we are not listening, not. So Devarajan, you're saying not very open. You mean from your side or customer side? Minal saying not present in their world, not open-minded.
No, we always don't listen fully. We don't listen fully.
We don't listen fully. Okay. So why?
I'm stuck in my own perspective of what others want.
So stuck in our own perspective. Okay. What else?
Clouded, saying that that's the way the customer wants, probably. Clouded in our mind.
Say it again, please.
in our mind that we know we're not able to listen fully, and we look at customer from our viewpoint and not in their.
Right. So are you saying that we operate from we already know the answer?
No, we don't look at many options which is available. For example, I belong to the two-wheeler industry.
Right.
We think we give the best for the customer. If you have a day with a customer, you will understand the difficulties is undergoing.
Right.
Start an exercise saying that we should be open, and every one of us should spend one day with a customer to understand how he is using our vehicle or what are the different requirements. It throws up a lot of viewpoints which we did not know at all. So open mind is one area probably I feel which we are probably missing, including ourselves.
Okay. Very good. Thank you. And we also want to look at why, right? Why that would be missing, or what is the barrier there to have open mind, right? Shantanu, welcome. So the question here is, what would it take, or what is the barrier? What is the barrier for us to really get the customer's world, get the customer's challenge, be an authentic partner with the customers and with the stakeholders? What is the barrier in getting their world? Milan saying, generally I have my own agenda. You're right. Okay, somebody else.
We have all these years we have been trained to look at things in whatever we have been thinking all along.
Yeah.
About everything. Yeah.
Yeah. We have been more trained to speak than to listen.
Yes. Yes. 100%.
Okay, and get and sense. Okay. Somebody else. What do you see?
Can I speak?
Sure.
Yeah. Mr. Manoj, I feel the error also lies in the kind of sales training that we give or that we receive. There we are taught how to handle objections. Objection handling is the big module. So it's the moment somebody speaks up, we start to handle mentally that objection in our mind. I think that is one problem.
Yeah, I agree. But it's, I also see maybe it's not only in the sales training. Of course, what you're saying is 100% right. But it's also like that's been in the background somewhere even before we went into the training. Right? Like even otherwise in our life, when somebody says something, we are trying to deal with it instead of just getting what they're saying. Right? Good, but I think you're hitting it, hitting on the nail. Thank you. Somebody else, it takes more time. They will demand more time. Okay, keeping customers at arm's length. Okay, yeah. Somebody else, what do you see?
I have a fear if I ask them,
yes.
they will ask a lot of things. Okay, and
yes.
I may not be able to satisfy their need desires.
Yeah. Very, very true. Like I was also aware of that. Like, yeah, there's so much of fear that once we open that conversation, God knows how that conversation will go, right? Yeah, Dharmesh?
Yeah.
And yes, they might
build expectation on us.
Yeah, it would build expectation. And Dharmesh, you were saying something.
Yeah, I mean, I'll not be able to satisfy their needs, desires. Actually, that's what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah. So there's a fear of that they will articulate their desire, and then we will not be able to fulfill it, and that will create a bigger breakdown. Right.
Correct. And they'll also not work. I mean, since I'm responsible for their, I've listened. So usually human being, take it for granted. Okay, ठीक है, अभी सुन लिया ना, तो करेगा भी.
Right. Okay. So it's like expanding our responsibility.
Correct.
And then based on that, what decision you made, Dharmesh? This is for everybody. Because of all these thoughts and fears, etc., what decision have you made?
I don't ask them. I don't need to know their what is it, main objective. चल रहा है ना, चलने दो.
I don't want to know their objective also.
They will pull us in all directions. Finally, we don't get to where what we want.
I just want the payment, that's all.
True.
I want the order, I want the money, I want the payment, I want my bank balance, I want my life to survive, I want what I want.
Yeah. Milan, you were saying something? You're on mute, Milan.
Just answering Vivek's further question. In just to avoid that particular conflict or taking the responsibility, whatever he is saying, or understanding others' viewpoint, I just try to push my idea to save the time. I don't have the time. I push my idea, or now live with it. So like.
Yeah, who has the time here? Yes.
Okay,
and
yeah, I want to say something.
Yeah, sure.
I think this issue has been there since maybe 1 or 2 centuries, where the industrial revolution has come up and we started creating surplus and want to give it to others, make them to take it from us. And it's a sort of, we have built a transactional, desire in them to get what they really get more and more. It's a trap, we are creating a trap for ourselves and for others also. So that we try to pull them into something which we don't even know whether it exists. The technology, the revolution, industrial revolution, all has created has been there, and we are trapped in there. We really don't think each other as a human being.
Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. Yes, I get that part. Yeah. Anything for you, Nandesh?
Yeah, what Vivek said, it was bang on. Like there's a want song in my mind, and when I speak to my customer, that's what we are thinking. And I'm even afraid, I don't even want to ask what's their real objective, and even if I ask them, I think even they are confused what they want, and even I'm confused what they want.
Yes,
we should bring them over here then.
So it would take some extra time, right? Like one is they themselves may not have clear answers. We don't have clear answers, right? So it would be taking too much time, extra time. So it's better to just keep it transactional. Yes. So should we be keeping the relationship transactional then?
Well, no.
No, because if you wanted to keep it transactional, you wouldn't come here. We are all PhDs in that already, right? And we, like Swati was mentioning, some of us are attending trainings, or also some of us are conducting those trainings where we are making new PhDs also. So then,
one more. What about those customers you haven't gotten in touch with yet? What's your barrier to get in touch with customers who are not your customers yet? What about the barrier in connecting to those stakeholders that you're disconnected with?
One thing is my own image, and I want to connect few of the potential stakeholders. But I think, चलो अभी कुछ establish कर लेता हूँ. First, let me establish myself. Then these are some big persons I will try to connect after creating something out of niche for myself. Then I will connect with them.
One
And
of the
one more
barriers.
thing is like self-doubt, whether they will understand me or not.
Right. So one is self-doubt, and then inside of that self-doubt is, okay, let me handle something else before I address this issue, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, good.
Itu okay, na?
Swati, you're saying
In
something?
all these business
Yeah.
transactions, I feel we are treating our customers more of money giving machines than humans. Like all our business processes and everything is focused on simplifying things for us and helping us rather than really understanding what
What's
customers
the thought you
need.
have, Shiva? What is your thoughts? You're giving the description of some generalization, but rather than looking at what are your thoughts,
I'm a victim of the system which has been already built in, and I am living there in that. So I don't have time to really look into all that what my customers want. I'm in a trap actually.
got it.
Yeah.
Swati, go ahead.
Sir, one thing that I feel that is there in my own case is similar to threshold fear. I know I'm qualified. I know I can conduct it, but I somehow feel that threshold barrier. Can I cross that threshold and can I go and make or propose a sales deal to a particular client or a customer or whatever? So that is one thing with me.
And what is the barrier there, Swati?
In hospitality industry, usually we used to use the word threshold fear. Like if a 5-star hotel is serving a cup of tea at the same price that a dhaba is serving, the dhaba is bound to attract more customers than a 5-star hotel, because customers are bound to feel skeptical crossing that threshold to enter a 5-star hotel. So if a big clientele is there in front of me, if I have the qualification and I feel that I can do it, even before making the proposal, that threshold fear seeps in. That is what the case is there with me.
Right.
Mental blockage, maybe.
Okay. Like that they wouldn't accept you, or you wouldn't be able to build your credibility in front of them.
Yes. Or
in
am
that
I
direction?
magnanimous enough for them? Sometimes that kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Very good. Great. Okay. Ferdy, did you want to say something?
Not at the moment, Manoj. Just read my chat that I sent to you.
Okay. Cool. Okay. One second. Okay. It looks like I didn't get it yet.
No.
Or something. No. Okay.
Oh yeah, it looks as though it hasn't gone. Okay, you go ahead, Manoj.
Yeah. Okay. So let's look. Let me have a little deeper interaction with one of you. Okay. So would somebody like to volunteer and we could have a little deeper interaction on the same topic?
Yeah.
Manish?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, Manoj.
So what's your business?
I'm into manufacturing and selling of plywood and decorative doors particularly.
Right. Yes. The same. So I just wanted to make sure that you're talking about the same business.
Yeah.
That we have discussed in the past. Yes. So, and who are your key customers?
Like key customers are the builders. Those build big buildings and they need doors.
Okay. Right. And who are the key stakeholders over and above the customer?
My son and my team members. Key team members.
Okay.
And my wife also.
And there will also be some key people in your company, right? Since you're manufacturing.
Yeah.
How many people in your company?
In admin and 15 people are there, admin staff and sales team and everything, 15 people.
Okay, right. So some of them would also maybe part of your key customers, right? Key stakeholders. Yes. Manish, are you there?
It's frozen.
Oh my. Okay. So that puts us. Okay, so let me interact with somebody else. I think Manish's internet is not supporting right now. So who would like to interact with me on this? Man? Anybody? Nandish?
Yeah.
Would you like to have a conversation?
Yes,
to
sure.
explore this?
Yes,
Okay.
sure.
So, so can you say again, what is your business?
We are into financial services.
Okay. And so financial services is like a very broad field. So if you could help us a little bit more in that, what would you say? Say something more, 1 or 2 lines.
We manage people's wealth. It's about wealth creation. We manage people's portfolios.
Okay, perfect. Now that gives me a better idea. And so your customers would be individuals?
Yeah, they are individuals.
Individual investors? Right.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So on a scale of 0 to 10, as we were discussing, from 0 being transactional relationship to 10 being like profound co-creative relationships, partnerships, what would you rate on an average?
We'll be at around 5 right now.
5 right now. And then of course, I interpret that some of them will be higher and some of them will be lower. So the average is 5, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And how many, since you put the average as 5, how many people, how many customers you say would be 7 and above?
Maybe around 60% customers would be 7 and above.
Mm-hmm. Right. And then what's your top bracket? So nearing 10 would be how many?
Nearing 10 would be 20%, 30%.
20%, right. Yeah, fantastic. So what do you see the difference between your relationship with this 20% versus the others?
See, our client base has increased a lot in recent times. So there are some people who are in touch with me and they have a different kind of bonding where like it's my business. So I have a different level of ownership. And if it is handled by my team, then somewhere it becomes little transactional over there because, we invite them to, have equal level of ownership, but then we are failing to do that. And then it becomes little transactional. So I'm not able to have a one-on-one interaction with all the clients that we have. And somewhere, it dilutes, so because I'm not handling them one-on-one.
Right. I get that. And how
I do an exercise of like speaking to them one-on-one, but it takes like almost 1.5 years for me to complete the entire cycle of talking to all of them.
Right. So time is one concern, and time and scale of operations, right? How many team members you have?
We have 9 people right now.
Right. So in one perspective, then those 9 people are super critical, right? Is my interpretation correct?
Yes.
Okay. So if you look at your relationship with those 9 people, right, on a similar scale of 0 to 10, right, from transactional to partners and co-creators, how would you rate on an average?
It's awesome. Like it, I would call it at 7 or 8 with all of them.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting. Because so the challenge that you're facing in they having extraordinary relationship with the customers, right? Are you getting the dilemma here?
Yes.
So you are having extraordinary co-creative partnership with your team, right? And you are having co-creative partnership with your customers that you are interacting directly, right? But between the team and the people that they are serving, that's missing. Are you getting that?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay, very good. So what's your access to make a difference here?
Well, what you said right now, that these 9 people are critical, like they are my point of contact to all my other customers. So like me still having a higher level of bonding with them and making them understand the importance of their work, like it is really critical. And like taking care of the stakeholders, like they are they are in direct touch with the customer, and it's a very important work that they are doing.
Yeah, very good. So Nandish, I'm going to introduce some conversation for you here, but it's also for everybody. Okay, so I'm inviting each one of you to look from the next couple of points that I'm going to bring forth. Okay, so to create these new realities, new futures. Okay, consider that there are 3 kind of transformations that are relevant. Okay, so the first transformation is transformation of perception. Second is the transformation of self. And third is transformation of action. So this is a question to Nandish, and then of course to everybody else also. Can you see that there is a world of perception at play here?
Absolutely.
And so there is a perception about your business, your people, your customers, as well as there are also perceptions about how your team sees the customers, how your team sees the business, how they perceive the business, right? Most probably, I would say there is a difference between the way you see customers and the way they see customers, and in the way you see business and the way they see business.
Right.
And also then there will be also a world of perception about how the customer sees you and the customer sees your team and this whole business, right?
Right.
So there's a whole world of perceptions at play here. You get that?
Yeah, I can see that.
And transforming that world is one critical part of creating a new future.
Okay.
Right. Anything you see inside of that? Anything?
Yeah, I can see I have like strong perception for everything, and it is like it is acting as a barrier for me to really get into their world. Like it is acting as a barrier to me right now, because while having interaction with you, I already know this person is like this person is like that, and I'm like in a perception jam kind of a thing. There's so many perceptions, like in a perception jam, and it's not allowing me to really experience my team's world, or what they are going through, or what are their challenges. Sometimes I just tell them, okay, this needs to be done, but then in their world it may be a very difficult thing.
Yeah, you don't know how it is landing in their world, right?
Yeah, and then if some client is upset and some complaint comes, and I'll say, okay, like it's your issue, you didn't handle it well. But then sometimes they are not even able to communicate what actually happened. And there are also like there are bad clients also in the world. They are like, it's not like client is always right.
Yeah. Yes. So there is a world of perception that you are dealing with, right?
Yeah.
And then there is a world of perception that each of your team members is dealing with.
Right.
Their own perception about themselves, their own perception about business and clients and you and the whole industry and everything else, right?
So I just did one exercise with them just few days back, where I asked my entire team if they were the owners of this company, what would they like to change? And a lot of interesting things came up. Some a lot of things. Like it was more like a we said, okay, it's going to be like a wish list, not like we are going to implement all of that, but at least we could understand their world in a better way through that question.
You are doing expectation management. Okay, good. Yeah. And then there is a world of customers, and the way the customers see not only you, not only your team, but the way they see people in this industry, and the way they see money, and the way they see wealth, and this whole world of perceptions to deal with, right? And as you rightly mentioned, and I think a couple of other people also mentioned, we are trying to transform the perception or change people's perception without making our hands dirty, like without really getting involved. We don't, like we saying, oh, I don't have the time, or if I go into it, it may open up a Pandora's box, right? So one important conversation that we are having inside of this leadership from the Emerging Future or Theory U is the world of altering perceptions, transforming perceptions. Okay, noticing, of course, firstly it starts with noticing the world of perceptions, and then there are certain tools that we learn, right? Which so there are tools in terms of the levels of listening, and we have certain tools which we call as empathy walk and stakeholder interviews and sensing journeys to really
my partner did the program with you and
Manish, right?
Yeah, and he introduced this empathy walk to all of us, and he made us like we did it internally also with each other, that exercise, and he said that let's stop everything and let's listen to our customers. It's the most important thing. So all the plans, we kept it aside and we started from last 3 months. The only thing we are doing is listening to our customers. That's it.
Brilliant. And are you getting some new insights?
Has your revenue increased?
Yes, I would say it has increased because we didn't lose customers, because last 1 year there were so much of fluctuations in the stock market and all, and in that we didn't lose customers. So that was our profit.
Yeah, it's a big profit in the last year. Yeah.
The point that I wanted to make, you stopped working and you produce more results. You stopped doing whatever you used to call working, and you started listening, and mostly you didn't call that working.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Interesting, isn't it?
So maybe you shouldn't be working. You should be doing this thing which you are calling as not working, right?
Yeah.
And this is just one tool, and then you have the whole set of tools, and then as you also got a sense that you could do it deeply with your own team also, not only with the customers, right? And it's layers and layers and layers.
Yeah, so after doing the program, what my partner did was he came to Ahmedabad, we blocked 2 days of our calendar, the entire team. Wow. And it was just listening, 2 days of listening, nothing else. Like everyone just listening to each other. That's what we did for 2 days. And my partner was holding so much inside him, which came out. And I was really shocked to see that. And now what I do is every month I ask him, if there's anything, please communicate, but don't keep it inside you. So But now it's fine. I think the whole integrity of the relationship got restored.
Fantastic. And now you can create that space with other people.
Yes.
With all your team members, and even in different shapes and forms with your customers.
Right. And I could not do the program that time, but he has suggested me to join the program at the earliest. So whenever it is, I'll be joining it.
6th and 7th February.
Yeah, sure.
Right. I think tell him to share with us. We would be also very happy when we know our participants are creating some miracles. Tell Manish to share with us.
Definitely.
It's always heartwarming to know when somebody's taking it seriously and making such a big impact, right?
Right.
I think he made a big impact to himself and all of you and the whole company, right?
Yeah, see, I didn't participate at that time because I wanted him to be there instead of both of us.
Yeah,
and it was amazing. Like, he shared a lot with me about the program, and he felt that it's very powerful. You know, he could sense the power of the program.
Brilliant, brilliant, fantastic. Thank you, Nandesh. Thank you. Okay, so Vivek is warning me to manage time, but I'm just loving listening to you. And one of the things that I would like to share is, as I am having this conversation today, right, I have to practice what I'm preaching. Right? So I have to listen, and I'm listening, and like I'm just listening, and then again listening, and then again listening, and seeing all the barriers. And somebody's saying something, and then I'm noticing my barrier. Oh, where is this conversation going? And my focus goes on, where is the conversation going? And then I have to let go of that and come back to just listening. And then just come back to just listening again and getting the world of the customer, getting how it is for you, right? Manish, sorry, we continued the conversation with Nandesh because I think your internet, at least I couldn't hear you, right? So, but you're getting a sense of that, right? Okay, so in the context of time, what I would like to do is give you a sense of how we work, and then we will take questions and interactions with you. So, as I said in the starting of the session today, we work in terms of, we offer programs and we offer consulting services, and we work with organizations in-house, like sometimes we do 2-year, 3-year contracts, and we work with organizations, the top management, small and medium size also, to turn around the whole company, take them to the next level. And we also offer in-house programs. But sometimes people want to first get a taste of it, right? So then we have open workshops where people can get a taste of it, like Nandesh so graciously shared about his partner. And many of you have already participated with us in our open workshops, right? So I know Dharmesh has done, Mayan has participated, Dhaval has participated, Francis has participated, right? So all of you have participated. Swati, are you from Nigeria?
I'm an Indian living in Nigeria, Akshat's wife. Akshat
Yeah,
participated.
yeah. I thought you are the same Swati, but I just wanted to make sure. Because Mayan also seems to know you from the course.
From presencing, yeah.
Presencing, yeah. So she sent me a message saying, she's part of that course. I said, no, I think this Swati is the one that I know. So then I thought it may be the same. So I just wanted to verify.
She's my hub member.
She's your hub member. Okay, great.
And Akshat did a training with you. And
yeah. Akshat has been is our friend now.
Yeah.
Akshat and then a couple of his friends have participated. Yes. So I hope you're happy with your husband having done this work. Has he improved as a husband also? Just kidding, okay?
That's asking too much.
I don't know.
But I'm sure, he was just narrating an incident. I think he did this stakeholders interview with his team. And that was profound. So he was just sharing it with me.
Yeah. We had some interesting conversations where we looked at transforming the perception of sales for insurance, right? From sales to service. And I think he and Piyush, they created a completely new product in their company. which actually made insurance available to a huge number of customers who otherwise would have never got that facility.
Yes, and Mr. Omkar, he was even telling me that the way you people have customized it to meet the exact requirement without wasting the time of participants, that exactly this is what they want, and you also respect the time, and in that time frame, you just, so he was just narrating it to me. So I know this. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, so so the next workshop that we are going to be open workshop that we're going to be making available, as I mentioned to Nandesh, is on 6th and 7th February. It is a Saturday, Sunday, and it is going to be. I think we had to change the timing. Sorry. So yeah. So in the brochure, you might see a different time. It says mostly in the brochure, it will say 10 to 6. But recently we decided to change it to 12 noon to 8 to be able to include a couple of other people from other countries, as well as to be able to include Ferdi, our senior co-faculty who's based in UK. And so the timing is going to be 12 noon to 8 p.m. India time for those 2 days. And then it is followed by a complimentary series of coaching for 6 sessions, which will be in evening India time. Generally, they will be 7 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. India time. We will be releasing the dates during the 2-day workshop, but preferably it is going to be a Monday evening or a Tuesday evening. Okay, but we will be finalizing it during the session on 6th and 7th February. And the tuition used to be 500 pounds for this course. 500 pounds in Indian rupees. I am not sure of the exchange, but mostly it might be around 95. Vivek, can you please check the exchange rate today? So it is 500 pounds, but inside of this COVID situation, we have continued our COVID scholarship and COVID pricing. So it is going to be at 350 pounds, right? So instead of 500, it's going to be at 350 pounds. Vivek?
It's 99 rupees 50 paisa.
Oh my God. Why don't you
It's
make
100 bucks now.
100 only. Okay. So
the British economy is doing well.
I don't know about that. With all this COVID drama, I don't know what is happening.
Well, the pound is going up.
Yeah. Actually, the problem is that like they said, some companies are going up while many masses are not necessarily individuals are not necessarily growing. That's a different dilemma. But yes, so coming back to exchange, so it's 100, approximately 100. So you can count it as 35,000 instead of 50,000. And you will be able to pay by, so we have created 3 options for you. So one is you can pay by on Eventbrite link, which is there in the brochure, where you can pay by your credit card, debit card, and it will deduct in pounds, but you can, in your bill, it will come in rupees. Most of the credit card, debit cards have that facility, right? So you can do that. But if you are an Indian company and you want a bill with a GST, then that facility is also there. So if in the brochure, we are also given you those links. We will also share them on the screen right now. Vivek, can you share in the chat the brochure link and those other 3 links? Okay. And what we have also done is for you to kind of commit and get into action in case you're not able to pay the full amount right now. Right? We created a facility for you to just pay 2,000 rupees, Indian rupees, which is equivalent to just 20 pounds, right? And book your seat, right? So that we know you are there, and we can send you all the material, and you can start your preparation and everything. And you can complete your balance payment 10 days before the course. And so those options are there. So we're going to share those links with you. Vivek, you have shared the whole photo, that thing? Okay. So if you look in the chat, those of you, especially if you have a bigger device than mobile, it might be easier, but just check Vivek has put in a photo and it would have all those 3 links. Can you, let me see if I can actually.
Not come up yet.
I can see. Okay. So what I'll do is, as we continue in this conversation, I'll try to paste those links separately. Okay. But in the meanwhile, let's, if you have any questions or anything you would discuss around this conversation, let's do that. Yeah. So why don't you ask some questions and interact with Ferdy and Vivek for 2 minutes, and I'll, in the meanwhile, just make sure you get the links here, right?
This program is online.
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be on Zoom like this. Sorry, Ferdy, go ahead.
Yeah, you go ahead and I'll answer. Vivek and I'll answer the question. Yeah, it's online, completely online.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
Swati had a question. Swati, can you ask Ferdy?
Will there be any follow-up session?
Yes, Swati, go ahead.
No, I downloaded the brochure, but it's not compatible with my device, I guess. I'm unable to open it. I just want to know the topic of the workshop. Like, what is this workshop about? I joined a bit late. I think I just missed out on the.
It's about leadership from the emerging future. It's all about, there's things changing just now. And what is a way you can sense the future that's occurring? And what are the tools that enable you to sense it? And some of it was what Manoj was talking earlier, transforming your perceptions of people and things, transforming your perception of the future, transforming your perception of what's happening in the world. So it's really a leadership development program, develop your leadership. We thought this time the focus could be also on sales. How do you become a good salesperson? Most of the people think you become a good salesperson by what you said. Shove everything down, put everybody down, take their objections and put, maybe there's another way. Maybe there's another way to do it. And what is the other way to do it? That's what we would also, in this course, we will actually do a little focus on those areas as well.
So the target audience is basically the people who are working in the marketing industry, or like, who is your target audience?
Our target audience is basically an intelligent human being. We mean somebody who's willing to engage with what we're saying, because what we are going to be talking about will be disruptive.
True.
And you need to be able to deal with the disruption. Our target audience is somebody like your husband.
Okay.
Or you.
Okay.
No, you too.
Got your point. Got your point. Got your point. Because I wanted to forward this brochure to some of my friends. That is why maybe if this brochure can be sent via email as well, which is easier to forward, then it will be great.
Yeah, great. Very good. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Will there be any follow-up after the program?
Yes,
yeah, Manoj, over to you now.
We are doing 2 sessions plus 6 follow-up sessions. That's once a week. So it's a 2-day workshop.
How does it? I want to know how the follow-up happens, and what are the aspects where things will be dealt. How it is going to be done. Like,
so
you will have some assignments, and then you'll have to.
Yes, every week we will go through deeply all the things that you are learning and sharing, making sure that you are absolutely clear about what you need to practice. Then in the week you go and practice, then you go and succeed and fail. Whatever you do, you come back, and then there's coaching. And then again, we go to the next principle or tool or something to practice. So we keep working with you to develop all those skills and tools that you need to, develop this ability to be a master in being able to connect with people. Because if you're not going to connect with them, all the rest of your big business projects, etc., they're not going to work out first. The first step is this part. There are further programs which are more advanced, which is to take you into take it up to scale, like take your business and take it to expand it deeply. And we are not talking about that right now in this conversation today. We may show you one or two slides. Maybe Manoj, you want to show them the you?
No, so I'll do that, but let me just respond. Was it Shiva?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Shiva, what will happen, and this for everybody, what will happen in these 2 days? Let me first tell you a little bit more about that, okay? And then we'll look at what will happen in the 6 sessions, right? So in the 2 days, we will be working on transforming the world of perception, okay? So we would look at various tools which would, a couple of things would happen. One is we would learn a whole new world of listening. A whole new world of listening. And I know all of us have had 500 years of coaching in listening, but you're going to discover a whole new world of listening, okay? And layers of listening. And then you would have tools which would help you get the world of your customers and stakeholders, like really get customers and stakeholders. Then you would learn certain tools which will help you create partnership with your people, like what Nandish was talking about and Dharmesh was talking about, that it's not just the customers, but it's also important to have great relationship with team members and other stakeholders, right? So there are certain tools which would help you create a new culture, new language, new environment in your teams, right? So that the team is having a very highly co-creative partnership where everybody's genius can be tapped at the same time. So it moves from individual driven and followed by others to a co-creation space. Okay, so there are worlds of there are around 6-7 different tools of transforming perception. There are special tools that you will learn about transforming a perception of problems and challenges, right? And so in those 2 days, you will get introduced to and you will have a first-hand experience of those tools. You'll get introduced to those tools quite powerfully. Now, what will happen in the follow-up series is that as you go back in your life and as you start implementing those tools, right, you will learn something, and you will also have some problems and breakdowns as you go ahead. So this would be like to deepening your mastery in using those tools of transforming perception.
So it's like
Does that make sense to you, Shiva?
Yeah, I'm getting.
Not only breakdowns, it's also deepening and going to next levels of mastery. So when you learn something new in the workshop, you will learn at a certain level, right? Then you go out and practice, and then you get further coaching. You deepen and get some more mastery in those tools.
Okay, right.
Right.
Will this program apply to startups also?
Absolutely.
Yeah, everybody. Because you are, see, wherever you are, you're working with people, right? And you're serving somebody's objectives. And you're always dealing with the world of perception, yours and theirs.
Sure.
Right. So actually, like I was talking to Milan, for startups, it's great because you can avoid all the mistakes that other people have made, and you can start, right? And for startup, actually, it's more important because many startups don't have the luxury of making mistakes. Some mistakes can be like the end of the game for some of them, right? So it would be brilliant for them to use it. And of course, if you are an existing company, then you can also phenomenally benefit out of it. And we have been working with all. We have been working with startups. We have been working with small and medium-sized companies, and we have also been working with some large companies. Like Dharmesh here is associated with SAS, and he's have his own company, right? And also SAS has participated. So there are people from large companies also participating, people from medium-sized companies, and individuals also, including individual businessmen, individual professionals. Like Fadi said, anybody who is seeing the need to change, an intelligent person who understands that you need to bring a new perspective, new paradigm in your business, in your work that you do, they would benefit from it. Thanks,
Will
Shiva.
this program, one more small thing, like will this program works on personal transformation level too?
It will.
Yeah, I understand that the transformation happens in the perception level.
It will work on personal
beyond that,
transformation also. It's just that what do you call it? We don't want you to get limited to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want you to have that, but we don't want you to get limited to that. Otherwise, it's like using an elephant gun for killing mosquito.
Okay.
Manoj.
Yeah, I understand that.
So it will happen, but
We'll have a
it's
larger
also
perspective. Okay.
the bigger game, right? The bigger context.
Yeah.
I think Man wants to say something.
Sure.
Yeah, I want to speak into Swati's inquiry, because Swati and I belong to the same hub, and the hub is about sustainable development goals.
Yes.
And I think a lot of people in that hub, it's a big hub for the ULab 1X. I think most of them are in the nonprofit or development sector, so not necessarily in the business sector. So I myself am from that sector, Swati, and I'm not sure if you're also in that world, but to me, the core takeaway I got from this education is listening. That skill, not just the skill, but a mindset, a way of being. And when I got it through practice, not just the workshop, but through practice, it opens up. It opens up my world and how I interact, relate to that world. So it's very relevant to my work, which is in social development. It broke the barriers of the barrier was that I'm a change maker. This is what's wrong, and this is what we're doing is right. We're trying to bring about solutions, but the solutions themselves, I found out as I did this education, can be very limiting, and sometimes it really takes to listen to the people that we're trying to make a difference to see if it's indeed relevant for them. So for development workers, the work is really also very beneficial and makes a lot of difference. So
thank you, Mia. Wonderful.
That.
Awesome. Thank you.
So Swati, my invitation is, while you definitely would love that you recommend it to others, but my invitation is that you also participate. Okay.
Thank you so much, Manoj sir. Thank you so much. I just got the link.
Actually, I've been scolding Akshat for not having you participate till now.
Actually, I guess me and Mayan went through the same new journey in ULab 1, with the team, and that is where we connected in that hub.
Brilliant.
And I think, Mayan, are you going forward in the second level as well?
Yes. I am currently doing the one that you will take in February.
The Philippines team is also doing. We have done it a couple of times, and we are also doing. So it's a ongoing journey.
So one more point that I wanted to make, one thing that is very good about this workshop is that it opens up our horizon to the world, actually, when we have participants from all around the globe.
Yes.
So, and when we start listening to them, it makes us realize how many mental blocks we have. I mean, they are huge once we start to listen to case studies, and when we will take them through empathy walks and all. So yes, Manoj. So thank you for the invitation.
Manoj, one last. When I took this course, Swati, I took it together with the 1X, the EDX ULab 1X. And it's very good combination because with the 1X, you have all the resources there electronically. You can watch the videos and read the reading. But this one keeps me grounded on my reality, on reality, because there are actual people that I get to talk about, and my learning also accelerates in the sharing of others, and there's like very good coaching from the seminar leaders. So even if you have taken that journey with me, the EDX, this one to me is gold. Taking this one with this.
That is what Akshat said. That is what Akshat said. That it's
Yeah.
so customized, and you have modernized the different tools. Your team, Manoj sir, Ferdy sir, Vivek sir, the way you have modernized that listening thing, and that is what Akshat's feedback was.
Thank
So
you.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you so.
So everybody, can you just check in your chat? I have pasted the links. Have you received 3 links in the chat? 4 links. So first link is of the brochure. The second link is of it should say GBP payment. Okay, and where you can pay by credit card or debit card, right? And then there is INR payment, right? So for people who don't want to pay to UK economy and you want to pay to Indian economy, you can pay in the INR
Pay
payment.
tax to the Indian government.
Yes, it's okay for let them pay tax. India also needs some money. As such, you are increasing the pound size. I am already upset that you increase the cost of the pound. Okay, just kidding. And then those of you who want to kind of right now not pay the full amount, but just book your seat and get the game started for you. Especially today on Vivek's request, we created this last link, INR deposit payment, wherein you can just deposit a token amount of 2,000 rupees and get your game started, and you can pay the balance amount 10 days before the course, and we will be in touch with you for that, right? So if you can download, copy these links. I don't know if you can copy these links. They're also, by the way, they're also available in the brochure that we have sent you along with your meeting invite. So all of you, if you're registered on Eventbrite, you would have received a meeting invite, calendar invite, and the brochure is available. If you have not received, I'm going to also put my phone number here, and Vivek will put his phone number. So you can also get in touch with us on WhatsApp and for any further information. Add 91. Vivek, can you add 91 to your listing for our international participants? And put your name there. So these links are there. We recommend that you register right now, so that you're not waiting and for Diwali or Christmas, because I'm told Diwali is gone. It's not going to come very fast. I also told Christmas is going to take some time. So maybe you can take action today. That's always a great thing to do, is to take action today. Okay. And some of you who have participated in the course earlier, Dharmesh and others, if you want to review the course, we would welcome you to review the course. You get a 50% scholarship as a reviewer. Okay. So get in touch with me or Vivek, and we will send you a separate link for registration. Right. Okay. So we got 10 minutes in the sessions. If you, some of you should complete your registrations, those of you who are ready to complete. And if you have any other question, you could ask, and we'll be wrapping up in 10 minutes. And Vivek wants to say something, I think.
Yeah, and if you don't have a question, but you want to share what you got out of being in today's session, what did you learn today? What did you notice today? What did you realize today that you'd like to share with us that was really useful for you, beneficial for you, that's going to open up something for you? Who would like to share? Please do that.
So
You can share it. You can even share it on chat.
Yeah.
So what I got is listen. Listen fearlessly. Okay. Listen fearlessly.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Yeah. What I got is like, there is whole new world which we have been missing so far,
Mhm.
and it's a wonderful world which I need to discover and explore.
Yeah.
The world of listening. Yeah.
Yes. World of listening and sensing. Right?
Yes,
Sensing the world of the customer, sensing the world of the stakeholders, right? Getting in the world newly. Okay, great. Somebody else?
For me, it is a perception theory. Perception of action, perception. So I think, yeah, that is one thing which stops me, my self-image, to connect and to create the business as I want. So this is really interesting topic.
And you know,
Okay.
the important thing about perception is it's not real, it's just a perception. But we deal with it like it's real.
True.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, and when we deal with it as real, we end up taking actions based on that and actually create a limited reality. Okay, anybody else?
Rohit, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Amit Pal, Sheila, Kalindi, Shantanu, anything for you guys?
Okay, so we will wrap up. Thank you very much, everybody. We have shared the links to you, and if you need anything more, send us a WhatsApp message on the numbers that we have shared, or you can get in touch with us. And you would have also received our email. Check it out in the meeting invite and other details. So we would look forward to having you participate with us, preferably in the 6th, 7th February workshop. And once again, thank you very much for your participation today. Thank you.
Hi, Rohit.
Hey.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Rohit,
Thank
you
you.
remember Rohit?
Good night.
Good night.
Fadi, do you remember Rohit? You hired him in Bangalore Center.
Rohit, did I?
Yeah, many
Rohit
centuries ago.
Koshi.
Registration manager.
Right. I don't remember now. I'm growing old, Rohit, so don't expect me to remember anything.
Sure.
But thank you for your service, as they say in America, to all the army guys. Thank you for your service.
So my sister-in-law lives in Chester. So the next time I come to England, I'll come and visit you.
Oh, really? Where does she live in Chester?
I don't know. I'll find out and tell you.
Okay.
Sure.
Now, not that it'll be very helpful for the next few months because nobody's going anywhere, but
Sure.
we're all locked down.
Yeah. So we usually come around July or October, November. So I'll look you up that time.
Yeah, do that. Do that.
Done.
You're most welcome.
Sure. Thank you so much for the session, Vivek, Manoj. Reddy.
Thank you. Everybody, thank you very much.
Thanks for attending.
Thanks for attending. So we'll wrap up. And if you would like to talk to anyone of us, you can get in touch with us personally. Thank you very much.
You can stop
Why
recording.
don't we
Manoj.
disconnect and get together on my Zoom for
Manoj, you can stop recording.
Yeah. Yes, Fadi.